Alright, back at it. We are exploring the town, chatting people up. Gotta get a ball. Some similar looking metal sphere. See, this feels like the classic point-and-click adventure games of yore. That at some point my mind is going to twig that, oh, wait, I saw some sort of unrelated metal ball somewhere. Maybe that'll work. Let's talk to Sandwich Man.
Outdone myself. This is divine.
Dude, a good sandwich.
That's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
I do kind of want to try the sandwich. And these guys seem pretty police. Maybe he's pissed off that I threw the ball, but even then he was pretty forgiving.
I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
Maybe if my persuasion was better.
The only one you have.
We could have got a bite.
Suddenly you realize how
Oh god,
the
man.
last time you ate must have been
nah.
God knows when.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, look,
You
oh
must
man,
have other
yeah.
business then?
We should have rhetoric maxed. We could have been chowing down right now.
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really. No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose
So this
clean
guy probably
and
was a
don't
union
gossip.
dock worker for a while.
Everyone knows and respects that.
Respect.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René?
Ooh.
I'm not anyone important in the union.
Who do we gotta
I
ask?
just know Evrard.
We gotta go ask Evart. And who is this Evart, you know?
Claire. Everyone in Martinez knows the Claire brother.
Oh, okay, so he's not a dock worker himself, but because of him being a teacher, he knows these prominent people. Okay.
What do you know about history?
Alright, suddenly we have a very good lead.
Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Dude, Kim is so cool.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a member yourself?
In many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties. Help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
I'm an actual detective, man. Look at that. I snaked my way into a lead from these old dudes. I didn't press him on the sandwich. That's what got me the points. The goodwill. I threw the ball really hard. Now he's a little intimidated. Might throw my face really hard.
Oh, yes. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card. But Evrard keeps me on the payroll. Just for the little things.
Alright, more and more it feels like we're gonna catch more flies with honey than vinegar here. I think if we're gonna get into the harbor and see this Evrard dude, it's not gonna be from joining the scabs, the strikebreakers, trying to bust through the picket line, which would involve, you know, going toe-to-toe with Measurehead. It's about getting guys like this on our side that can vouch for us. You know, all we're trying to do is get a body out of a tree, okay?
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a vis-a-vis. Comes to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life in defense.
Say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, but at least it's an ethos. Do you remember that? It's one of my favorite lines in The Big Lebowski. Little things you do for...
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About
This guy's gonna come in and
Martinez
shit on him
how
again.
things are and how they could be. Evrard and I had these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Alright.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
It's good to see somebody with a little bit of faith in us, huh? Both of these guys in their own way have a little bit of faith in us. But geez. I mean, this is our best lead so far.
Sure, officer.
Alright, he knows Evart. Mon Dieu. My God. There we go, there's a ball. Alright, well let's look around a little bit more. Because right now, our only other Union contact is that dude. Maybe sea monster did this? I think we are wrong on both counts here. Right now, the only other Union dude we know is that kind of slackery dude sitting up on the balcony, right? So I think we gotta meet some more people. What's this?
This Post Lavantore mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Let's pat it. Since we're a crazy person, since we have empathy with objects, since our necktie talks to us,
The box
we're gonna be
seems happy.
kind. We're gonna, yeah. This isn't even pulling in our inland empire. This is just natural human compassion to anthropomorphize the objects around
Eat
us.
shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Look, this is so Pynchon-esque. This is the exact sort of thing that Slothrop would do, is just wander into a little hypothetical conversation with a mailbox. Our character is like a very Pynchonian hero too, right down to the fashion. Just on the cusp of getting it. Just on the cusp of competency. Thrown more into the royal by coincidence. And operating more from paranoia than genuine intrigue. But just right there on the edge, where you know he could make something happen. I feel
The
you.
mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
This feels like it's
And
my
then
inland empire
suddenly
helping.
You see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever.
So saying Revachol forever, I think puts you in alignment with the first old man, right? That you're trying to return to like a glory day that didn't really exist, where it was like a superpower in the world, an empire before these successive revolutions. Whoa, a bookstore! Let's read some books. Jeez, I'm losing focus. This will help with the case. I'm a holistic detective. Hello, child.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hello, I am the law. Hi. What should we choose?
Are
Hi.
you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
This incorrigible little kid.
My name
Gosh.
is Annette, sir.
The most
My mum,
pleasant person
Hannah
we've
was
seen in this
Kate
entire
Science.
game so
She owns
far.
the store.
Her and
She's
the
inside
person that
writing the
gave us the
register
ammonia.
or organising the stock.
Uh-oh.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of
And she
famous
turns
people.
to read the sign. Oh, that's good. That's a nice subtle touch. But yeah, we can get some books to pass the time, and we can learn some stuff too. We can learn more about
A
history.
sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
I'm gonna, you know what, screw it.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store.
Shouldn't you be
I
at
do
school
my
or something?
studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
What is school,
School?
anyways?
Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity.
This sounds kind of like a cult, but, you know, we'll
The
move
gale
past it.
wind blows in from the coast, a wind of needles. It wraps itself around a building of brick and mortar. Somewhere, a clamor rings through the honeycomb of classrooms.
Let's lean into
Remorse,
this.
the parquet of assembly halls, the rows of stall bars are growing cold. The corridors stand empty. A girl's voice somehow finds its way through this strange feeling. You haven't heard a word of what she's been saying these past few moments. You only hear.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir.
Let's ask you about some
Crime
books.
fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And the work of a policeman
Gets the people
or a private
going.
detective who's trying to solve a crime.
Nobody
and catch
knows what it
criminals.
means, but it gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
So what we're working on here. That's what we're doing in this crime novel of a video game.
You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like one.
We should read some Dick Mullen books. Maybe we get some tips.
Head, yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. No, your resilience.
I don't really like either of these. Maybe this.
I'm not sure I understand. If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for your soul. Maybe you
I
can
feel
show me
like
something else you've got, sir.
she's
Might
kind of
be the
shitting
point.
on me here. Alright, let's roll.
You fail to deduce anything substantial.
Dang.
She waits intently.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper
I gotta get more composure. What is
It's the
romance?
type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
But when everyone is poor. Yeah.
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Yeah.
Not in romance books, sir.
Poor
These are about
souls.
nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself. but has lost his
Anti-revolutionary
family
texts?
property unjustly, like during the
Where's
revolution
my
or something.
burn book button?
Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
Is this gonna get metatextual? Is this a little self-indulgent metatextual thing like in 2666 when they admonished the store clerk for preferring the tidy little books like A Christmas Carol to the sprawling masterpieces like, I don't know what Dickens book they used, the Oliver Twist maybe? And then of course, 2666 is such a sprawling masterpiece. In the end, is this going to be a choice between bad and bad?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower.
Oh boy, what is wrong with me?
The girl is at a loss for words.
Oh boy, what is wrong with me? This is conjuring up something from my actual factual past.
She shifts and
I'm
sways
screwing
on her
this up
feet,
though.
looking
I have launched
confused
into a
and
manic torrent of my own pain. This girl deserves none of it.
There's no need for this. It's in your power to change the subject.
But I kind of want to give into this because it feels true to my character.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know
Uh,
how to help you.
it's okay. We got a morale stim pack.
Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still little. I
This is
don't-
no
I
good.
can't.
I'm seeing Kim's watchful eyes. He's not
It's
approving of
time to
this.
leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe some about other books. Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous.
Yeah.
Why would they do that, sir?
Let's not.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
All right, let's roll again. 72%. Let's go. Let's go.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going. She looks around anxiously.
Whoa,
Her
what the
hands
heck?
remain folded in
She's
front
being
of her.
abused?
She doesn't want to show them.
At her weird cult school? Or by her mother?
The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest.
Okay, so Kim saw me start ranting and raving about failed relationships and did not disapprove. And here it seems like he's
A
neutral.
facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
Ah, who can relate? Woo!
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an
Let's
easy
deduce again.
deduction
Let's
like
deduce
that.
again. That was fun.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
Sarcastic?
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is
I see, I
intensely not
see.
flinching.
You are
takes
unusually sober.
Because you usually aren't. I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Try.
Because you know each
Nice.
other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yeah, that's why she knows I'm a drunkard.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt
Ah,
on, sir.
yeah.
Telling people about being a star or something. Don't really understand who those stars are. Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
Oh, maybe there's a particular drug here that she's implying that Kim is also familiar with. It could be like, you know, the drug de plume of this text. They've mentioned some real drugs, of course, but sometimes it can be a little better to just have like a fictional drug that has all the properties you need it to, that can be available in the ways you want it to be.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
Okay.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
I think we don't need to...
Don't leave us hanging like that, man.
Oh,
Open yourself to
amphetamines.
the
Okay, so
experiences
they
of
name
the
drug
world.
something. Name
Expect your
drop
consciousness
something
with
real here.
amphetamines.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Alright. That was rough. We are an amphetamine addict, perhaps. Probably would do us some good for the investigation if we just had a moderate dose and then had Kim by our side to kind of keep things going. Alright, let's head in the store. I really doubt we can afford a book for $1.80, and we gotta save up for cigarettes anyways, but, you know, can't hurt to take a look around. Talk to the mom.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Nah.
At last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the
She's
cover.
trying to have it
they
both
say.
ways. She's trying to get a sale
If you're
and
a
be
novice of
judgmental.
the series, I'd recommend Heimdall, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
We're so friggin' poor. There's gotta be a better way to make money than scavenging up
Rows
change
and
from the
rows of
ground.
Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles.
Solipsistic.
Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall. Maybe 100.
100.
Man from
Oh my
Heimdall
gosh, we're
and
just
the
gonna hear them
sages
all.
At the end of the world.
I can't get over how
Man
Pynchon-esque
from
this
Heimdall
is.
and
These
the
little
false
moments of maximalism
Man from Heimdall
where
and
the
scorched
writers just
earth.
can't resist but
Man
come up
from
with,
Heimdall
I don't know
and
how
the
many of
Heimdall
these.
colonies. Man
Hundreds?
from Heimdall and the swamp beast.
Snow
Man
crab?
from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
Delicious. And then again, in this Pynchon-esque fashion, you, the reader, start to feel paranoid. Does this mean something? Is there some actual code being given to us in this? Will these reflect themselves somewhere else in the world?
Snow crabs are worse than they sound. Not even close.
More.
Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves.
Under
Man
the
from
lake.
Heimdall
I like that.
Under the lake. Man from Heimdall. Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
Alright, we got high pain tolerance. We can roll this.
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains.
Why does this call out to me?
Leading
Is this
to the
stirring
throne.
some
A woman
pre-amnesiac
sits on the throne,
memory?
leering at the man.
Or is this just my own guilt and shame around my fetishes manifesting in physical pain, which can happen when I see this evocative cover?
She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of
Oh,
overalls.
jeez.
The title reads,
We're not
"Man
gonna
from Hell
become
now,
a
and the
misogynist,
devil woman."
please. We can survive that.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hell.
Alright, I do want to buy this book, perhaps, and read it and unlock something within myself, but we are broke AF. Let's have a little more of a look around. Okay. Can we walk up in underneath this? Oh, interesting. Secret? Secret? See, this area is super cozy. This is the first, like, really cozy zone we've seen in the game. It's kind of beautiful. This really does remind me of Final Fantasy IX in a lovely, lovely way. What's this?
You
Porn
see
section?
a
Porn
set of
section?
Tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Dude, if we got all flummoxed around seeing some weird S&M fantasy romance novel, whoa, what's gonna be behind here? What's that gonna do to us?
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
We'll come back to it. What's upstairs? Even the music is a little FF90 here. Kids' books? These look like
These
kids' books.
shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a
Yeah.
detective.
Alright.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from the
I feel like that body's gonna be staying up there until the credits roll.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people
man,
during
yeah.
the worst days of their lives.
I don't know how they can do it. I think you kind of have to be a psychopath to be a cop. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to make it a year.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Of course.
You see Dick Mullen on the job.
Get me Mullen. That's a good
The
one.
Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An Obvious Lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case.
More and more.
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns, tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick
Probably
Mullen
fake.
must
This
become
is good. This is
the
good.
murderer.
Good selection of crime tropes.
Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
So this is now, we're again having our little mind read of what's happening in our precinct. But it's unclear if this is what's happening in my dude's head, or this is really what's happening and my dude doesn't even know about it, but it's just being portrayed to us, the reader.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
Oh, isn't that gonna read the last of this? Alright,
Gosh,
whatever.
why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis to shoot.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who
Why is this reaction
Dick
speed?
Mullen?
I feel like this isn't reaction speed, but okay, sure. Let's roll the dice.
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
I guess it's like a spur of the moment recollection that we need to respond quickly to. Alright, well, let's see what else we got. Ooh, gosh.
The plaque on the shelf reads, "Biographies of famous people."
Alright, so we got our romance,
You see
we
a
got
large
our
variety
crime
of
fiction,
names,
we got
none of
our
which ring a bell.
biographies.
I would say the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Now, they used this word innocentic before, people grasping onto innocentic religion. It was when we were talking about the tattoos. We were talking about if the tattoos had religious symbolism. Okay.
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to
So
re-examine
this
the
isn't
universal understandings of the innocentic system,
something that I ought to know
creating
about,
a
is it?
fresh vantage point and
I think this
shift
is
the tired
something in this
audience.
world that's not so much in our world. I've never heard of this idea of innocentic systems, an innocentic figure. It's sort of like a great man figure, I guess.
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's
I
important,
want
Simon.
to. I want to.
There's something personal inside.
I want to, but I'm broke.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
Gay? Alfie's usually a man's name as well.
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting
That makes me uncomfortable.
cocaine
That makes me
into the
uncomfortable.
other.
I don't like to think about
Next
that.
to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long.
Bro, I'm broke.
She understands she is
broke.
aired against the customer and immediately
Yeah,
closes
she pivoted a few times in that statement.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
I can't afford jack shit. What else we got? What's this?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small
map!
pins. The
Could I
board
just
has come loose
memorize
from the
this?
The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away.
That's
in the
where
southwest,
Measurehead
Seminoese
was from.
Islands, Ile de
He's a
Fantôme,
Seminese supremacist.
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas a la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines. black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Good, good.
Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
It feels like they're really resisting any sort of one-to-one mapping of these fictional states and cities to real-world states and cities, so I'm not even gonna try. It seems like we're like in kind of a pan-Eastern European slurry with a lot of French people and German people running around, and some sense of a vast overseas empire that formed the coalition.
Lost little pearls of light. Tiny fires in the dark.
We empathize with the map. That's our inland empire, too.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness.
Cosines
Windy
and azimuths.
is the
That
north
makes sense.
azimuth. Grad is the
Cosines are just the
northeast
same
azimuth.
as sines. It's just
Samara
waves.
is
It's just
the
the
east
sinus.
azimuth.
Oh, I guess that is the
Sail
waves.
is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
Grad. That's Russian for city, right? Like Leningrad and Stalingrad and stuff, right? Or road? Road? Maybe it's road. Mundi. Samara. I feel like there's a lot of linguistical stuff we could be doing, you know? Again, this is a Joycean, Pinchonian type challenge to try to use our latent polyglot powers to figure out the hidden meaning of all these words, but...
Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are.
Impossible.
Distant stars. Gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you.
Huh.
And very...
So we're in kind of like a podunk state. I keep saying, oh, this is kind of like the USSR, this is kind of like Russia going through its ages of history, but maybe we're more just kind of like one of those strange island states that went through a couple color revolutions and were ultimately bullied by the CIA into adopting neolib capitalism as, you know, the slave class. Maybe we're one of those types of countries. Maybe what we're seeing here are the actual continents. Again, not that I'm expecting it to be like one-to-one, but I think at least on like kind of a macro structural level, things will have points of comparison.
Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
That was a failure of conceptualization. I thought that was pretty good conceptualization. All right, let's zoom in a little bit.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small.
Even
you can't
the
even
worst
see
of
it
the
on
worst.
map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you?
Shit's bad all over, huh?
This is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world, you're still alive.
Alright, let's zoom in furthest.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist
Oh
thing.
boy. Nah.
Picture postcard
That's
with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective.
yeah,
A
that's
date
not
in
gonna
the
give
upper
me
right
the
corner
real
says
deal.
48.
But if it's an isometric perspective, I guess that's actually the way I see the city myself as the player.
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of
I think it's
Martinez
worth
is
it. I think it's
90
worth it. Because I get lost so
That's all,
easily.
King. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago.
They
also
renovated the horse?
statue, set up those coin-operated viewers,
Eh.
and designed the new street
I thought that was
lamps.
weirdo art students. I guess maybe it's all a matter of perspective. That she saw it as design
They didn't
studio
get that
people.
far, for some reason.
No,
A
no,
shame. The
no.
project never got going.
I think we can
Nice
invest
if
90
someone
cents
picked
into
Martinez
this.
up.
I'll be
These roads are bad for business.
quite comforted by the idea that we can look at a map.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
All right, excellent. Let's look at the map.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy
So it's only
locations.
3 years out of
Year
date.
48 resides on the upper right.
That's not the
corner.
worst.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing.
Good job.
Although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go
Nice.
to your journal and select the map tab.
All right, let's take a looker. All right. Well, I don't know what I was expecting. It's not so easy, huh? Those on white are available to try now. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Go look at the broken window. This was... Yeah, these are going to be tough. Maybe we can figure out what's up with the broken window again. We haven't been back to the whirling in rags in a while. These are tough. That's stealing the map. I don't really care about that, I think. Available to try now. I don't know. It sounds like it's advertising something to me. Okay. Is there anything else to see? This little bin of things?
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Now here's
There's
an
also
interesting
a wide
question.
range of paranatural literature.
I'm clearly going insane and hallucinating a lot. At one point during my investigation of the body, I did have the option to suggest to Kim that it was caused by supernatural forces, which of course I did not do because I do not want Kim to think I am totally lunatic. But there's nothing saying that this game can't have some supernatural elements. Pinchin has supernatural elements sometimes, just saying. Let's ask her again.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Ooh, so she's kind
I
of
can't
weird
have you end
too.
up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas.
When she was talking about the
It's about
innocence,
wholeness, unity,
innocent,
balance.
something, whatever, I was like, oh, this person's eccentric. Having this inner meaning to the book and stuff. It's 220, by the way.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, wholeness, unity, balance. On the other hand, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill. In the first, it's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? The book features chapters on topics such as How to find
Well, that's actually
magnesium.
quite useful.
It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking. If you're an
Relevant.
adult. There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs
Duck
tradition of
gallbladder.
using duck gallbladder preservatives. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Yes. So we are a little skeptical because we don't believe in curses, which is a detriment to our inland empire. But, you know, there's a difference between being insane and then believing your insanity, right? It's the insaneness that opens things up to you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go whole hog into everything.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
The Pale? The Pale. Ominous, ominous.
The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
Okay.
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk
pale.
remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venig or hand broom made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale.
Veneer pale.
Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab. It is, and good for the circulation too. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like
In
vodka
the
or whiskey
pale.
that have been aged.
This
in
is a
the pale.
place,
Readers
I
are
guess?
instructed to cover these jars
Like
in a
the
shallow
wilderness
bowl
in
just
old school
inside the
RuneScape.
pale and leave them there for 30 to
specific
60
place
days,
that
depending
has-
on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale.
Pale.
Though a
So is this a
sidebar cautions
physical
readers
place
to
like the
limit
wilderness
each
in old school
stroll to
RuneScape?
less than an hour.
Or is it like in Other Side Picnic where they can just warp into the other side whenever they want? Or is it more like Stalker where the zone is like a physical space?
These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if this is exactly what you need.
True
I
and
don't
real.
know. I don't want to be the party pooper, but this pale territory
I
sounds sort
wish
of
I had
dangerous.
less Half-Life.
Maybe
Or
you
Half-Light.
shouldn't walk
I
into
would
it.
like to stroll right into the Pale.
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
I don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its
Ah,
place on the shelf.
I gotta save up for some books and cigarettes, have a smoke and a read. I gotta tell you, at first I was genuinely gung-ho about being a good detective and getting my dear friend Kim on my side so that no harm would befall me. But my genuine curiosity and all these things we've encountered lately is vastly outweighing that. I now don't give a shit about the body or the labor dispute. I want to go to the Pale and restore my liver.
You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more you see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from both. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time.
This is something
The
I should
curtains
remember.
remain
I
shut
feel like
for you.
in Day of the Tentacle mode, something later is going to ask for something like this. Well, let's try it.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
But I'm a
Parapsychologically
cop.
Speaking, we're done.
I'm a
decide to open
cop.
them. I won't be held responsible for the
What?
consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why
Ooh.
is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
It's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please, step away from the curtains. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Why? It's not like anyone...
I feel like somebody got killed back there.
Please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse.
Alright. Gotta plunge ahead.
Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I'm a little spooked. I'm glad I'm playing this part of the game in the middle of daylight instead of in the middle of the night like I was playing last night.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Let's go. Talismans. David Bowie. This was a barber shop. This was a barber shop at one point. One of the other failed businesses in this location. Kim is not coming with. I wonder if I can ask him why, or if it'll be the normal dialogue.
Yes?
Yeah, it's not worth trying right now. Alright. Oh, now he's coming with me. I put my head in a hairdryer like that. It's fine.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
I mean, look, alright, like, let's strategize a little bit.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture.
This is very odd police work I'm doing. I could not tell you even remotely how this could possibly connect to the case, but I really want to get through this door.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear.
See, that's ominous right there. That really does mean that people are coming and going from this door still.
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust.
Or maybe people aren't coming and going. I don't know. But it's set up that people could come and go. Perhaps supernatural forces coming and going? Ghosties?
Only an echo. No one is there.
Alright. We can try. Yeah! Bust down the door, wave in my 4-4. Oh. What's Kim think about that? Alright.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try
okay, we
to
can
break through to the
we
other
can
side.
get our health back up if
But
we need
you've
to.
done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Let's just wordlessly smash into the door again. There's no backing down now. I'm losing Kim's approval. It's a gym.
What is this place? Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget
Kim
to take
is
it out if
surprisingly
you're-
down with this investigation, which has literally nothing to do at all with anything we're trying to do.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Okay, well, let's get our flashlight out. Ooh. Ooh, looking around. Alright. get down to business. A little punching bag. Alright. Let's do some reps. Deadlifts.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast.
Yeah, you know what? If I can do it, I can do it. My physical instrument is strong. Trivial.
Why does it feel so familiar?
Oh boy. I thought it would be easier than that. Oh, the trivial is just that I had that thought in the first place. Actually lifting it though. Ooh.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber. The squeaky
This
sound
is like a
of
deep
sneakers,
memory.
Your bruised
See, it's like
knee
you can't
against the
read
mat,
too much from remembering this
and the
stuff, because
whistle.
this could just be from gym
Then
class when I was
the
a kid.
feeling's gone.
That's not necessarily something that reflects on my current adult state of life. Look at this lighting effect. I can light up Kim.
A memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Well, it's worth a try. Yeah, I figured. Oh boy. My health is gonna dip again. Yup.
You
Kim.
manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slip with sweat. Turns out you're no beast. Just an old man with bad form.
Let's move past
Weightlifting was
this.
never my favorite either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. Clears your head.
True, true. I like running too. It does clear your head. Alright. Kim still got my back. For better or worse. Let's head upstairs. Ooh, getting spooky. Big pile of detritus here. Look at this dynamic lighting. This is so cool. Got anything to say, Kim?
Yes?
Nah, normal stuff. Alright. Just thought I would check. This place is huge. Oh! Let's get another bird. Let's go replace the bird. No. I broke the friggin' bird for no reason. That would be a nice thing to do. Oh, what's this? What's this? Oh, sorry, Kim. Can you glitch out a little? Mannequins? Blue Velvet? Another Lynch reference? What's this? Oh! And it all pays for itself. We're swimming in money now. We can almost afford a book. Slipstream. So there's all these airplane parts. There's all these... Slipstream. And there's all this taxidermy. This hunting stuff. What's this? Oh, this is where we got the money? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. It's payday. All of this really is just so we can afford a book. Just kidding. We're gonna go buy cigarettes. What's this box?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and
Alright.
a wired framework.
Puzzle
The
solving
keyboard has a
time.
rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Are we actually gonna get something more than some money out of this?
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling. disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
So eventually we can probably get some sort of part to put in here that we can print later. Look at this lighting. It's so cool. This game really is kind of like a technical marvel in its own sense. At least for someone like me that barely plays video games isn't easily
Slides
impressed.
over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins.
Is this somebody that was just a big
white
fan of
space
those
magic.
fantasy romance books?
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under this. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing. This Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Some people really like building a world, I think. Even
Commentary?
if it's just for a game.
What if this is really deep personal expression from the creators of this game? Maybe this is another project they had to make the fantasy world with like a similar story, or not a similar story, but like a similar gameplay style, where you find out that one of the races of the fantasy world is trying to eradicate all the others.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night.
This is
You see
research
permafrost
photography, I
and
guess,
glacial landforms,
for the fantasy
dead trees
series?
grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds. Abandoned. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow. Great, albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way.
Like eggnog. Or morphine.
A much needed respite from our own world.
Perfectly reasonable things to go hand in
A
hand.
pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun.
Project
drifting through
Dread.
the
This is
universe."
what it's called? Trying to make the new Metroid game?
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint.
Uh-oh. Oh
DMV,
boy.
and GPI
Somebody's
stand
doing
above the
agile
grand
development
scheme
practices.
of production and money.
Is this guy Strum Leader? Hee.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out. Wirral outside. A cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
So maybe... I wouldn't say this is the origin of the curse, because these notes date to just a year ago, right? But this is certainly a major failure that took place in this doomed commercial area, which seems like it's huge and sprawling and used to have quite a few things, and now the only living thing is the bookstore. It seems like the bookstore proprietor knows a lot more than she's letting on, having sealed away. I don't know. My stats are looking bad. There's a lot more to explore. But I think that will be for next episode as we continue our journey into the creepy underbelly of this bookstore. And then it's time for a shopping spree. And by that I mean 2 packs of cigarettes. I just realized my camera is in the way, so you can't see just how rich I've gotten. Sheesh. Maybe I should keep the camera here. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Let's look forward to more of this. This is so fantastic. Bye-bye.